Yo, yo. Stop whatever you are doing right now. Put the phone down. Pick the phone back up. Because what I am about to tell you in the next 10 minutes is going to absolutely end your ability to function as a normal human being for the rest of this week. I am not playing. I am not being dramatic. I am not doing the YouTube thing where I hype something up and then deliver nothing. This is real. This is documented. This is 50 Cent doing what 50 Cent does. Except this time he did not just post a meme, he did not just drop an Instagram caption, he did not just go live and make faces. No, 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 no. This time Curtis James Jackson III packed a full diss inside a franchise theme song, slapped Leon Thomas on the hook to make it polished and Grammy-worthy, tied it to a full Power Origins rollout on Stars, and then sat back and watched the entire Harris family catch fire in real time on social media. We are talking about one single bar, one bar that allegedly says, quote, "Your daddy made your mommy eat every box in Atlanta," that has T.I, Tiny, King Harris, Demony, and even little baby Aries all out here in the streets responding from every single angle. This is Say Cheese, and we are getting all the way into this. Let's go. Okay, so let us start from the very beginning because the full context of this situation is what makes it so absolutely devastating for the Harris family. This is not a story that started last week. This beef between 50 Cent and T.I has been building for a minute now, and for a second, for just one brief, beautiful, naive second, it looked like everybody might actually be ready to let it simmer down. T.I was out here talking like a man who had made peace with the situation. The energy felt like okay, the back and forth has happened, both sides have said their piece, and maybe we are moving on. The Harris family had been responding from multiple directions. King Harris had been on social media. Demony had made his moves. Even little baby Aries, who has zero business being in grown folks' beef at her age, God bless her little heart, was out here on social media defending her mama. The family looked united. The family looked like they were standing together in formation. And then 50 Cent said, and I want you to hear this clearly, 50 Cent said, "Not yet." Because what Curtis did next was not a regular clapback. It was not an Instagram post. It was not a clown emoji under somebody's photo. It was not a meme of a person he found on the internet who vaguely resembles T.I. No. What 50 Cent did was drop the official Power Origins theme song titled, "No One Told Us What We Were Here For," featuring Leon Thomas on the hook. And outlets from Billboard to iHeart were immediately reporting that fans took one specific bar from that song as a direct and explicit diss aimed at T.I, Tiny, and their whole entire family structure. The bar in question, and if you have not heard this yet your ears are about to be forever changed, goes, "Your daddy made your mommy eat every box in Atlanta." I am going to let that marinate for a second. Your daddy made your mommy eat every box in Atlanta. Now let us talk about what makes this particular bar so absolutely diabolical on a strategic level. Because this is not just a diss. This is a diss that has been engineered with the precision of a Swiss watch, and I need you to understand every layer of why. Number one, it is inside a theme song for a television franchise. Not a freestyle. Not a diss track dropped at midnight on SoundCloud. A theme song for Power Origins. Which means every single time that show gets promoted, every single time somebody writes an article about the Power Universe, every single time a fan clips that intro, this bar is going to be there. Attached. Permanent. Inescapable. Like 50 Cent built a monument out of the diss and planted it right in the middle of premium cable television history. Number two, and this is the genius part that separates Curtis from regular beefing rappers, he brought in Leon Thomas to feature on the hook. Now for people who do not know who Leon Thomas is, let me give you a quick brief. Leon Thomas is not some internet rapper. Leon Thomas is a Grammy-winning R&B artist with legitimate critical credibility. Him being on this record makes it sound like a real release. A polished, intentional release. Not a rant. Not a reaction. A carefully produced piece of music that says loudly and clearly that 50 Cent was never emotional about this. He was always strategic. He was always thinking 3 moves ahead. So while the Harris family was gearing up to respond to memes and Instagram posts, 50 came back with Leon Thomas, a Stars rollout, and Billboard coverage. Do you understand the gap in scale there? Do you understand what he just did? The internet immediately lost its entire mind. Now here is where the story becomes a full ensemble drama because the Harris family did not take this quietly. Absolutely not. They came together and they came ready. And I want to give credit where credit is due because as a family unit, the Harrises showed up for each other. But the issue, the problem, the thing that 50 Cent was clearly counting on, is that showing up together does not automatically mean winning. Let us start with King Harris. Now King has been in this beef for a minute, and he has been the most visibly active Harris on social media. He has been dropping shots, he has been talking crazy, he has been doing what young men do when they feel like their family is being disrespected. And according to reports, after the Power Origin situation, King dropped another diss aimed at 50. The energy was clear. The intent was clear. He was not backing down. But then, and this is where it gets messy and complicated, King Harris's social media started getting banned. Multiple platforms. And the reason why is allegedly because King got into a whole separate level of disrespect where he allegedly started talking about someone's deceased and alive mother. The exact quote that started circulating was King allegedly saying, quote, "Your mama used to eat junkie," and then claiming he thought TikTok would let him slide for that one. Which, King, baby, no. TikTok was not going to let that fly. Instagram was not going to let that fly. And now you are out here getting banned from platforms while 50 Cent's diss is playing on premium cable. That is not a balanced exchange, beloved. Then you have Demony stepping back into the conversation too. Now Demony had already dropped his own shots at 50 earlier in this whole saga and he came back with more fire. He was using 50's own energy against him. The "I smell pee" reference with a $, a nod to one of 50's most famous internet trolling lines, being turned around as a weapon. Which, stylistically, is actually clever. If you are going to come at someone known for their trolling ability, using their own language back at them is at minimum a solid attempt. But here is the thing about Demony that completely changes the temperature of his involvement in this story. Because Demony went on The Breakfast Club and in that interview he was asked about his earlier diss track aimed at 50 Cent. And they asked him, what were those conversations like with your father before you dropped it? Did you run it by him? Did you get his blessing? And Demony said, no. We didn't really have a conversation. He dropped a diss record aimed at one of the most prominent figures in hip-hop without consulting his father first. Without telling his mom. He just moved. On his own timing. On his own energy. Now the host immediately clocked it and pointed out the obvious. That T.I probably would have had some input about that decision and Demony would have had to either ignore him or go his own route. And Demony basically confirmed that yes, he knew T.I might have had thoughts about it, and he made his own call anyway. Which, I want to sit with this for a second, because there are two ways to read Demony's decision. Either he is a young man who loves his family and felt urgency to defend them and acted on impulse without thinking about the chessboard. Or, and this is the more complicated read, the Harris household did not have a unified strategy going into this, which means 50 Cent was essentially watching a coordinated-looking response that was actually disorganized on the inside. Because if the eldest son is moving without telling the patriarch, and the younger son is on social media getting banned, and the little daughter is singing in the closet in defense of her mom, and T.I himself is putting out statements that seem slightly different in energy from what his kids are doing, that is not coordination. That is chaos with a family crest on it. Now let us talk about T.I.'s own response, because Clifford Harris was not silent through all of this. He spoke. He addressed it publicly. And what he said was notable in two very specific ways. On one hand, T.I acknowledged the situation. He referenced Tiny directly as the matriarch of the household and said, quote, that the one thing he is proud of is seeing the men in his family form a line of protection. He framed it as a display of family unity and loyalty. He was measured. He was composed. He was speaking like a man who has learned from years of public controversy how to respond in a way that sounds dignified even when the circumstances are anything but. But on the other hand, and this is the detail that got lost in the noise of everything else happening, T.I had also previously said publicly that he did not enjoy his sons getting involved in this. That at some point enough was enough. That he felt uncomfortable with the level of escalation. So you have T.I simultaneously saying, I am proud of my family for standing up, and also previously saying, I wish they would not do this. That tension is real. That is a father who is caught between wanting to protect his children's futures and wanting to validate their loyalty to him. And 50 Cent, whether by design or simply by virtue of how this all played out, created that tension deliberately. Because here is the thing. When you drag the matriarch of a household into a beef, you do not just challenge the man. You activate the children. You make the sons feel like they have to respond regardless of whether it is strategically wise for them to do so. You make the daughters feel like they have to say something. And that is exactly what happened. Little Aries Harris, and I want to be very gentle here because she is a baby, was reportedly seen defending her mother on social media, including a clip that was widely shared of her singing in the closet that people were reading as a form of emotional expression in response to all of this. And the internet had a full range of reactions to that. Some people were moved by her defending her mom. Other people were upset that a child was being pulled into a beef between grown adults at all. And honestly, both of those reactions are valid at the same time. Because what we are watching is not just a rap beef anymore. What we are watching is a family being publicly tested in real time, under maximum visibility, with every response they give being logged, screenshotted, clipped, and replayed. And 50 Cent packaged that entire situation inside a franchise rollout and a Leon Thomas feature. Now I cannot talk about this story without addressing the elephant in the room because the internet certainly was not going to let it slide. And that is the long-running public discussion about the nature of T.I and Tiny's marriage. Because everybody knows, and this has been talked about publicly for years, it has come up in court documents, it has been discussed in interviews, it has been a topic of cultural conversation for a very long time. Everybody knows the rumors and allegations that have surrounded T.I and Tiny's relationship regarding it potentially being an open arrangement. These are not new allegations. These are not things that 50 Cent invented. These are conversations that existed long before this beef and will exist long after it. What 50 Cent allegedly did with that bar was take something that was already in the public conversation and crystallize it into a specific, vivid, unforgettable line. He took the rumor and he made it a lyric. He took the whisper and he put it over a beat. And now every time somebody hears that line, which again, is embedded in a theme song for a television franchise, they are not just hearing a rumor. They are hearing it presented as a declarative statement of fact inside a piece of music. That is the difference. That is why this particular line hit differently than all the Instagram posts and memes combined. Because music has permanence in a way that social media does not. A post gets buried. A meme gets old. But a bar lives on the track forever. And the specific geographical specificity of it, not just Atlanta, but every box in Atlanta, that level of exaggeration being presented in a song format just burns the image into your brain in a way that is genuinely difficult to shake. Whether it is true, false, or somewhere in between, the image is now there. Planted. Permanent. This is why social media was making the point that 50 basically turned the Harris family into a promo vehicle for his own rollout. Because the more the family responds, the more people go look up the song. The more people go look up the song, the more streams the Power Origins theme gets. The more streams it gets, the more stars benefits. The more stars benefits, the more 50 Cent benefits. The Harris family's very public, very passionate responses to being disrespected were allegedly being converted into promotional value for the man who disrespected them. That is either the most cold-blooded chess move in the history of celebrity beef, or it is a coincidence that 50 Cent is fully aware of and has absolutely zero problem exploiting. Either way, the result is the same. Now let us talk about what the streets, the internet, the culture, and the comment sections were saying because public opinion on this one is genuinely divided in interesting ways. On one side you have the people, and there are a lot of them, who are fully in 50 Cent's corner on this one. These are the people who respect the chess. These are the people who understand that in the game of celebrity beef, the person who turns the conflict into content at scale wins regardless of who is morally right. And their argument is simple. 50 did not start this, T.I and his family kept the energy going, and 50 responded in a way that was proportional given the escalation. Tying it to the Power Origins rollout was genius branding. The Leon Thomas feature was a power move. And the bar itself, as offensive as it is part of a long tradition in hip-hop of going after what hurts most. On the other side you have a very significant portion of the culture, particularly women, particularly people who have been following Tiny's journey through this marriage for years, who feel like what 50 did crossed a real line. Because whatever your feelings about T.I, whatever your feelings about the nature of their marriage, Tiny Harris is a real person. She is a mother. She is a woman who has had her personal life scrutinized and criticized and dragged through public forums for the better part of 2 decades. And putting her name in a song in that specific context, with that specific imagery, felt to a lot of people like genuine misogyny dressed up in rap beef clothes. Several creators with large followings came forward to make exactly that point. That you can have your issues with T.I. the rapper, with Clifford Harris the public figure, with whatever business or personal grievances exist between these two men, but the moment you bring a woman's sexuality into it as a weapon, you have revealed something about yourself that has nothing to do with who started the beef and everything to do with who you actually are. And then there is a third group, maybe the most interesting group, which is the people who are watching King Harris's social media situation and shaking their heads. Because King, in trying to defend his family, allegedly said something about someone's deceased and alive mother that got him banned from multiple platforms. And those people are pointing out a pattern. 50 Cent keeps landing his shots while the people responding to him keep overshooting and hitting themselves with collateral damage. 50 posts something devastating and faces no consequences. The Harris family responds and one of them gets platform bans. 50 drops a song and it gets billboard coverage. The Harris kids drop dices and the story becomes about them moving without their father's blessing. That asymmetry is brutal to watch if you are a Harris family supporter. And to be fair, T.I. himself seems to understand this asymmetry, because his public statements throughout this situation have been notably more measured than his children's responses. He spoke about family unity and dignity. He was composed. He has been through enough industry wars over his career to know that losing your composure in a beef with 50 Cent is exactly what 50 Cent wants. Because 50 feeds on the emotional reaction. The heat is the point. The chaos is the product. Which brings us back to the most uncomfortable truth at the center of all of this. Whether the Harris family wins or loses any individual exchange in this beef is almost irrelevant. Because 50 has made the entire beef into a self-sustaining attention machine. Every Harris response generates more content. Every piece of content generates more conversation. Every conversation leads more people back to the Power Origins theme song. And that song, with that bar inside it, just keeps circulating. Forever, because it is tied to a franchise. T.I., King, Demony, Aries, and Tiny are collectively, whether they realize it or not, trapped inside a promotional ecosystem that 50 Cent built around them. And the easiest way to sneak up on someone, as 50 himself might say, is to make them think they are sneaking up on you. That line in the song says it all, "I'm a magician. I put that pain in the ice." And that is precisely what Curtis did. He put the pain in the Power Origins rollout. He put the diss in the theme song. He made it shine. He made it polished. He gave it Leon Thomas. He gave it a franchise. And he watched a family of 5 people respond with fire, emotion, and real human hurt while he sat back like a man who just performed a trick the audience still has not figured out. The Harris family really did combine all their powers. King dropped shots. Demony dropped shots. T.I. dropped shots. Aries showed up for her mama. The whole family was assembled, flags flying, together. And 50 answered with a Power Origins theme song and a disc that is now tied to premium cable television forever. That is not just rap beef. That is cinema-level petty. That is art. So here is where we land on all of this. And I want to be honest with you because I always keep it real on this channel. 50 Cent won the optics of this round. That is not even a debate at this point. Not because his bar was morally defensible, it was not. Not because targeting Tiny was a fair move, it was not that either. But because strategy beats emotion in the long game of public perception every single time. And 50 Cent is the most strategic man in hip-hop when it comes to this stuff. He turned a beef into a brand. He turned a diss into a theme song. He turned a family's pain into a promotional rollout. And the bar that started it all is now going to live inside the Power Origins intro for however long that franchise runs. But here is the thing that nobody is asking yet. What happens next? Because T.I. is not a man who simply absorbs a loss and moves on quietly. Clifford Harris has never been that guy. And Demony is out here moving on his own timeline, making his own decisions, which means there is a wild card energy inside the Harris camp that even T.I. may not fully control at this point. King is out here getting platform bans, which just means he is going to find new ways to say what he wants to say. And Tiny Harris has not responded publicly in a major way yet. And when she does, chilly. The smoke is not clear. It is just temporarily invisible. Now I want to know exactly what you think about all of this. Do you think 50 Cent crossed the line by putting Tiny in the song like that? Do you think the Harris family's united response was enough to match the Power Origins moment? Or do you agree that 50 basically turned their whole family into a promo run for his own rollout? Drop it in the comments right now. Do not hold back. This comment section is a safe space for all your hot takes, and I read every single one of them. And if you are watching this and you are not subscribed yet, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button right now. Ring the notification bell so you never miss when we drop, because we are in the trenches every single day bringing you the tea while it is still hot. Like the video. Share it with your people. Put it on your story. Send it to that one friend who does not know about this yet and watches their entire face change when they find out. We will see you in the next one. Stay dangerous. Stay nosy. Stay subscribed.